everybody, and welcome back to the KK Zone. As always, I am Kara Kaufman, your host. I am coming at you on Monday evening. I need a day to recover after that Phillies series. Yep, that's right. You know what? Let's just dive right in. Let's waste no time. Let us talk about those two games against the Phillies. I am not going to set a timer. I am not going to do a game-by-game summary. We're just going to discuss what we saw. Yeah, this was bad. It was a bad series. Now, game one was at least exciting. I mean, the Yankees got down in a huge hole early. Jameson Taillon could only get one out, and he allowed 4 runs. This was flashbacks to that wildcard game in 2017 against the Twins, except it was even worse, because they gave up 1 extra run and they did not tie the game in the bottom of the first inning. No. However, despite giving up a huge lead early and also having to get 26 outs from the bullpen, which is never ideal, the Yankees did come all the way back. It was really fun to watch them score in the late innings. It felt like, yes, this is what we want. The Yankees ended up tying it at 7 on DJ LeMahieu's clutch 9th inning 3-run homer. Wow, and that was shades of, last year in the that was shades of that Astros game in the playoffs, 2019, when he hit the big game-tying home run only for the Yankees to get walked off on. Well, guess what? Again, they got walked off on. It was unfortunate. Extra innings rule, not kind to the Yankees. They could not score in the top of the 10th, so the Twins, of course, scored in the bottom of the 10th. Alas. Yeah, part of that was Chapman's own fault for making an error in that inning on the first ball, bunted back to him, he threw it away. Not great, Bob. But, then they can score without the benefit of a hit, and, that's all she wrote. So, alas, the Yankees did not win that game, but at least it was exciting that they came back. It's kind of like, is it better to have loved and have lost than never to have loved at all? I don't know, is it better just to lose the game all the way through or to have that last gasp of hope and then have it dashed? I don't know, but I was happy to see the bats come back alive, so I guess I prefer that on balance. And then game 2, the less we say about that, the better. So, Yankees got blanked, they lost 7-0. This is Herman, allowed all 7 runs. It was not a good start for him. At least he went deeper than Taillon. He got into the 5th inning, but it was not pretty. He was fooling nobody. Both of them had the same problem, which they couldn't seem to have that pitch to get that 3rd strike. Tons of 2-strike hits, frustrating to watch. And yeah, of course, the Yankees could only muster 4 hits against the Phillies staff that day, which also bad. I mean, hey, as you know about the Phillies, their bullpen is not great. Can't muster a single run off them. Not great. So, the Yankees did get swept. The one good thing about that game, both those games actually, Gleyber Torres playing some really good defense. So, that's all I got there. The games were unfortunate. The Yankees have now lost 3 in a row. They are only 1 game above 500. So, things not looking super cheery in the Bronx. But hey, as long as you have a bat in your hand, there's still time to turn it around. Okie dokie, well that's all I'm going to say about that Philly series. Let us move on, and it's time for a whiteboard of doom. Well, there may not have been a lot of great news for the Yankees the past couple of weeks, but here's one. Scrolling down here to the 60-day IL, and somebody is coming off this list, very excitingly, Zach Britton. Yay! Yeah, that's right. Zach Britton has completed his rehab assignment for that surgery he had, and he is back with the Major League team as of Saturday. Great news. Woo! Woo! Yes, that was a good news whiteboard. Zach Britton off the IL, finished his rehab stint back with the Yankees as of Saturday. He pitched an entirely uneventful inning, which you love to see. Welcome back, Zach Britton. Unfortunately, now there's more good news and also bad news. And I'm the kind of person that likes the bad news first, so you're going to get it that way as well. The bad news is, oh God, it hurts me to say this. Luis Severino. Ugh. I could not feel worse for this kid. 2 straight years of having to rehab injuries, elbow injuries, hard to come back from, and he was doing his rehab assignment. He made it back to the rehab stage. He was pitching in Coney Island, and then, my friends, he had to be helped off the mound. He could not walk on his own. So I guess the good news within the bad news is it's not an elbow injury. Before that he went down, it looked like he was hitting 99 and the radar gun and the secondary pitch is looking sharp. This was so exciting. And then it seems like he has now a groin pull. We've not gotten an official diagnosis, but we know it is the groin. The video shows that as he was throwing a pitch, as his back leg came around, the right leg, something happened and he then could not put weight in the leg very well. I mean, I guess I'm glad it's not an ruptured Achilles or something, but yeah, well, remains to be seen how serious the groin is. Oh my God, he's worked so hard to get back. I really hope this doesn't derail him too much, but sure didn't look great. So there's the bad news. But there's a little more good news, the first of which is Michael Kay reported on Sunday they saw Darren O'Day throwing on flat ground in Yankee Stadium, which is great. That means he is inching towards a return, could use the help in the bullpen for sure. And then also Luke Voigt started a rehab assignment. So he is back at it on Sunday. He played with, I think it was AAA he played with. He ended up hitting a double in 3 at-bats. So thumbs up to that. So reinforcements are slowly making their way up, but perhaps Severino not as soon a reinforcement as one might hope. We'll stay tuned for more information about that injury. But meanwhile, back to the best news of all. Welcome back, Zach Britton. Okay, to distract myself from how bad the baseball was second half of this week, there are a couple of fun things that we must talk about. First of all, I neglected to mention this last week, but on Sunday Night Baseball, Yankees-Red Sox, the highlight, sure wasn't the game, was they had a little bit where they interviewed Giancarlo Stanton. This was obviously a pre-recorded interview they showed during the game. They weren't doing it during the game, he was playing the game. But this was so fun because they asked him some weird stuff. And what came out of this for me, 2 things stuck out. First of all, I didn't know this, but Giancarlo Stanton has an incredible soft spot for rescue animals. So I find that really adorable. There are all kinds of cool photos of him with crazy wildlife that have been rescued and rehabilitated. Really neat. So I like animals too, Giancarlo. Let's go to the zoo together. There are great zoos in New York. This would be a fun outing. I am in favor. And the second thing they asked him, I don't know, again, who made up these questions? I don't know, but thank you, whoever it was, because he was asked whether he thinks there is other intelligent life out there in the universe beyond Earth, and he definitely does. Now, I think this is a very defensible position. There's so much universe out there, the odds seem more likely than not there would be some other intelligent life, but like, super random question to ask. Happy to know that Giancarlo has thoughts about the greater universe, and here's my other thought about this. We have our top prospect in the minor leagues, Jason Dominguez, nicknamed The Martian. See where I'm going here? So with how long Giancarlo's contract is, feels like he should definitely still be with the team by the time that Jason makes his Major League debut. So I'm thinking, cool space club forming. I'm thinking like space nicknames, space dances, perhaps we're trying on the Astros turf a little here, but you know what? The Astros have ceded the right to turf by being cheaters. Anyway, also, they can keep it, and also we can have our own thing, because The Martian plus Giancarlo with his clear fondness for extraterrestrial life, this feels like a match made in heaven. I love it. The next thing that is fun comes out of something kind of not fun, which is Aroldis Chapman had a rough week, and I can't even be mad, because he has been nails all season, so everyone's going to have a little lull now and then, and his lull was definitely this. There was that Twins game where he gave up those 4 runs without getting an out to blow the save and the game, and then he also got the loss in that last Phillies game, which was, or the first Phillies game, sorry, which was, you know, kind of his fault, but like kind of not. So in any event, rough week for Chapman, but I've noted before that Chapman on Instagram is quite the philosopher. I present you this. Yeah, this was after that huge blown save in Minnesota, and what it says here is, when you fail, get up and try again. You don't get ahead by celebrating successes, but by overcoming failures. Yeah, I mean, that is what baseball is about right there. You fail, more times you succeed, and if you can't overcome that to get better, you're not cut out for the sport. So props to Chapman for both a positive attitude and being right on an assessment of how to get better at baseball. Good job, Chappie. Okay, this next thing is a pretty niche thing. I, as you may have gathered from all my talk about how much I love Muppets, puppets, fuzzy things, love animals, love dogs, this weekend was the Westminster Dog Show, which is a must-watch event. Side note, if you have not watched the agility trials, you must. Look up a border collie named Verb and tell me that you could do anything he does in that agility trial, because I could not. Props to Verb. But also, this is relevant to this baseball YouTube channel because turns out Barry Bonds, yes, that Barry Bonds, he of the massive home runs, has gotten into dog breeding, and he in fact has been good enough at dog breeding that he and his sister, who apparently according to him does all the work, got their miniature schnauzer, Rocky, into Westminster. This is no joke. You have to be really good to get your dog into Westminster. And by good, I mean you have to have a really beautiful specimen of dog. And apparently Rocky is. He did not win his breed, but as Barry Bonds said, he felt like it was a huge success just to be there. And you know, he's right in this case, especially for people who are just getting into the sport. Pretty impressive. That is like the pinnacle of the dog world. So, A+ to Barry Bonds, and what a fun hobby to have picked up since retiring from baseball. Way to go, Barry. Way to go, Rocky. Also, way to go, all the dogs. I'm going to show you this because it's not related to baseball, but this is who won Best in Show this year. This is Wasabi, the Pekingese, and come on! How do you not love that face? These were all such good dogs. Can't recommend enough watching the dog show. Okay, I've got one more fun item. Can you tell I'm trying to distract myself? Because it's working though. I'm smiling. How about this? Adam Frazier of the Pirates, a second baseman, having a fantastic season. And also, I should note, some people have speculated possible Yankees trade target since he is a lefty playing for a losing team who's hitting very well this season. I mean, frankly, if you ask me, he's a big upgrade over Odor. He's not a center fielder, which is the main problem, but in any event, Adam Frazier his team played a game against the Dodgers over the weekend, and in one of those games, Adam Frazier was mic'd up. I've talked about this before. It is so much fun to hear what the guys are saying on the field, and this one, I mean, if I didn't already want Adam Frazier on the team, I now do just because he seems so awesome. Okay, so first of all, I love to just chat about random stuff during the game. So he went to Mississippi State, and apparently so did Buck Showalter. Didn't know that. Good to know. Apparently the two of them were talking, and he was relaying this in the field to Justin Turner while mic'd up, is why we know this. And apparently they decided, because the College World Series of Baseball, there was a series matchup between Mississippi State and Notre Dame. Notre Dame, big baseball school. Who went to that school? A.J. Pollock, who's currently on the Dodgers. So a slow burn running gag over the course of his entire Dodgers-Pirates game was that every time Frazier and Justin Turner were in the same spot, they were like relaying messages back and forth because Pollock wasn't playing. So JT was acting as the go-between. Whenever he was on the field, they were passing, they would like continue the conversation about how this bet was going to go down between the Mississippi State folks and the Notre Dame folks. It was hilarious. Everything about it was great. I laughed every time. And it makes me happy because I always want to think when the guys like chat in passing, I want to think it's like a fun, ongoing running joke, and it was! My dreams all came true. Thank you, Adam Frazier, Justin Turner, A.J. Pollock. Thank you ever for making this day possible. But the best thing of all was that we got, of course, the fun footage of him screaming like, got it, and catching a ball. Him being like, oof, my legs are tired, after making a catch. But best yet, Adam Frazier was on second base, and he got caught in a pickle, got tagged out in second and third, a thing we've seen a lot this season from our team. And upon getting back to the dugout, he announces, I must be the worst base runner in the league. Ha! Guess what? Now you're officially a Yankee. You're the worst base runner in the league. Welcome to our team. We already are that. You're going to fit right in, Adam Frazier. You're going to fit right in. Well, it's not Sunday, but it was Sunday yesterday. I didn't record yesterday. So today, it is the one-day belated Zoney Awards. Yes, that's right. And in fact, I have 2 weeks worth of awards to give because I failed to do this last Sunday. And we can't forget week 10. So we have the week 10 Zoneys, followed directly by the week 11 Zoneys. Get ready. All right, starting with week 10, we must first, of course, award the Best in Show. That award this week goes to Jordan Montgomery. I've said this before, but it really seems like Monty steps up his game in the biggest moments, and he had a fantastic start against the Rays when the Yankees really needed it. So, Montgomery, Best in Show. I'm giving a runner-up nod to Gleyber Torres because his bat was on fire all week. But Montgomery, congratulations, you are Best in Show of this week. My delightful moment this week. I've already talked about it, but I'm going to say it again because it delighted me so much, I'm going to say it twice. It was the Sabathia family at the Sunday night baseball game at Yankee Stadium. Loved every second of everything that happened. Seeing CeCe in Yankee Stadium is just so right. Even when he's not playing. Love everything about it. I was delighted. There you go, Sabathia family. Congratulations on your Zoney. And this week we have another welcome to the show. It's Chris Gittens! Chris Gittens made his Major League debut. Congratulations, Chris. It was a good one. Well, it wasn't a great debut. He hasn't gotten a hit yet. But he has been mashing in AAA, it feels like for years now. He posts elite exit velocities, and the way first base is going for the Yanks, they're willing to try whatever. Chris Gittens was whatever this week, but he made it up to the big leagues. So few folks do that. So congratulations, Chris. Welcome to the show. Eagerly awaiting your first hit. I hope it's a homer. And the last award for week 10, this one is awarded for Best Camera Awareness. And this Zoney goes to Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, throughout his entire Major League career, has always had a preternatural sense of where the camera is at any given moment. A good skill to have, so you don't get caught looking like an idiot. But in this particular case, he was just in the dugout while his team was batting, just chilling next to Luke Voigt, and he saw a camera. He noticed it. He smiled towards it. It stayed on him. He gave it a little bit of a, I see you Kept going for a while with the bits. Luke Voigt noticed none of this until finally Judge poked him and Luke kind of waved. This was goofy. I enjoyed it. And Aaron Judge, ever aware of the camera, has given us so many great moments. Keep on doing you, Judge. But there are more Zoneys to give. Now we're moving on to week 11. Let's get it done. The first award, of course, must again be Best in Show. It was actually a tough one this week, and not for the reason you think. I know the Yankees had kind of a rough week, but the offense finally came alive, so I had some options. I was torn, but the answer this week had to be Brett Gardner. Brett Gardner has had a really rough go so far. He wasn't playing a lot, now he's playing too much, hasn't been hitting. This week though, limited plate appearances, but he hit 500 and he hit a triple. This is good. These are all good things. He looks much more comfortable at the plate, and once he gets on base, he's a threat with his speed. Brett Gardner was doing it all this week. Also played a lot of outfield and played it well. So Brett Gardner wins Best in Show. However, I have to give shout-outs to two people. One of them is Miguel Andujar, who has really come around with the bat. He was hitting almost 400 this week, and just seems like he's got much better balance at the plate right now. He's hitting things hard. Miggy missiles. We're loving it. And he's acquitting himself nicely in left field, too. Is he great there? No. Is he improving every day? Yes. And that gets him a nod. And then also we have to mention Giancarlo Stanton. I kind of forgot about him because he didn't play in Philly because they have no DH and we don't want to break Giancarlo's legs in the outfield. Fine. But I forgot that in that Twin series, he was a monster, including driving in 8 runs over the course of 4 games. That will play, my friend. So, Gardner, congratulations. Miggy and Stanton, you're also pretty great. Okay, and we must have a delightful moment. And this one this week. Okay, I spoke with Leo a lot about the Philly Fanatic. He came up a ton in the conversation because he's a delight. But he's not the one getting this award. No. This week it is going to Gleyber Torres for his interaction with the Philly Fanatic. The Fanatic really wanted Gleyber to try out his ATV. Gleyber, kind of hesitant, A, because the opposing mascot usually isn't trying to be that nice and is trying to prank you. Smart Gleyber, good thinking. But also because even if he wasn't trying to prank you, probably riding around before a game in a vehicle on the field, not a great choice. Accidents can happen and you don't want to mess up your knee or whatever that way. That would be dumb. Though hilarious, but dumb. But Gleyber, what he did do was, when beckoned by the Fanatic, went over and kind of like checked out the ATV, kind of perched on the side. It was a great moment. Gleyber is always a lot of fun. So I enjoyed this interaction between the Fanatic and one of the Yankees. Gleyber, good job. Alright, I've already mentioned this, but he gets an award. It is the Welcome Back Award. Yeah, it's Zach Britton. Welcome back, Zach Britton. He had an entirely uneventful inning, and that was fine. He came in when we were down by a lot, got 3 outs, and that is a great way to ease back into being on the mound. We were thrilled to have Zach Britton back. Welcome back! Congratulations on your Zoney. This week we're also giving out a 60-0 award. As mentioned last week, Chris Gittens made his Major League debut but had not yet managed to get his first Major League hit. Well, against the Twins when the Yankees were just teeing off, it looked like Chris Gittens had hit his first Major League hit and then it was a mammoth home run. The umpires called it as such, they all rounded the bases, but then wait, challenge! Was it fair? Was it foul? It was foul! Oh, what a heartbreaker. After thinking you had your first big league hit, not to mention driven in a couple runs, not to mention hit a homer in the big leagues, your first one ever. What a high. And then, nope, just kidding. That was a long foul ball. Back to the plate you go. That was sad. He didn't get a hit that at bat. Hard to blame him. But anyway, sorry, Chris Gittens. But you know what? You seem to bear everything with lovely calm. So hopefully that hit's coming. It's coming. Last but not least, this week we're giving an award for flashiest leather. Alrighty, it's his second award of the night. You know him, you love him. It's Gleyber Torres! Yes, Gleyber on defense. Hey, I'll tell you what. In 2 consecutive games, Gleyber Torres made game-saving plays. The Yankees ended up losing both those games, but you know what? They would have lost them sooner if Gleyber hadn't made these plays. So I'm loving how he's looking. He made an incredible stop against the Twins in the last game. He made an incredible sliding stop and kind of a behind-the-back toss to Odor to save the game against the Phillies before they eventually walked it off later in the inning. And he also made a great double play in the last game against the Phillies, which the broadcast booth thought was a triple play for a second. It was that smooth, but actually it was just a really well-executed double play. In any case, Gleyber Torres looking good on the defense. You know I love it when he does, and he did this week, and therefore gets a Zoney for it. Congratulations, Gleyber Glove. Whew, okay, that was a lot of awards. I'm happy to give out lots of hardware, and I'm happy to look forward to the week ahead instead of the week that just passed. So, yay, we're gonna move forward. There's gonna be new baseball. The Yankees are gonna play better. How do I know? Because it'd be difficult for them to play worse. I'm having a lot of fun finding things around baseball to enjoy. There's plenty of that out there. But really, I would love to enjoy watching the Yankees play. So hope springs eternal that maybe this is the week when that will happen. I'll close it out with a quote. This comes from William Finn from A New Brain. It is this: "So on this new day, let's begin from scratch." As I said, new week, new day. Yes, you're in 4th place. Yes, you're only just above 500, but you can change that starting right now. Play good baseball, win some games, and you may just end up where you want to be. So I'm going to look forward to that in the upcoming days. Can't wait to see how the Yankees bounce back. And hey, as always, until the next time, go Yanks.